So I was listening to Matt Walsh yesterday on the Daily Wire, and he was talking about the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration that oversees airplanes, pilots, all the air things, and how they are now really embracing, I've talked about this before, the diversity, equity, inclusion, DEI. And it was really scary listening to him. He had asked people in the I don't know, pilots, I don't know how to say it, in the airline industry to write him if they're seeing this DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. And he was flooded with emails from pilots that are seeing this. And so they're pretty much admitting, they have it in writing, that it doesn't matter. What matters more, it doesn't matter about standards, I was going to say. Standards, being top qualified, is going below making sure we have enough black people, Asian people, transgender people, and they want to reduce the number of white pilots. This is in writing. And then he had some examples of, for example, there was a transgender pilot, and when he was testing, he got low scores, like he had bad judgment, different things that were negative against him, yet he was promoted because he's a transgender. These are going to be the future pilots on our airlines flying us around, and they also are recruiting from a college. They want to recruit future pilots from this college because it's all black, to get more black pilots. Yet this college has the lowest test scores in the nation. So those are just some examples. And I'm listening to this and thinking, oh my goodness, you know, we used to be able to fly in the United States and I never was fearful. I always thought, oh, you know, the pilots are just amazing. I can trust my pilots to fly me, to be knowledgeable. Oh, the other ones were before, if you were depressed and you're on antidepressants, you could not fly. Or if you had a bad heart, or if you were on heart medication, I meant not you could not fly, you could not be a pilot on antidepressants or on heart medication. That's been lowered. Now you can be a person that's depressed on antidepressants, and you can be a pilot. Imagine they don't take their medication. They run out of their medication. They're suicidal. So just all kinds of things. You can listen to the show, Matt Walsh. He articulates it much better than I'm articulating it. But my thoughts today were on the subject of whom can we trust? We just can't trust to be safe flying anymore. And I was thinking, I used to be able to trust the FBI. I always thought the FBI are the good guys. Now the FBI are raiding homes of people who protest abortion, putting them in prison. Or if you're, I guess, MAGA, somebody that's a Trump follower, your home can be invaded by the FBI. So every structure of American society where we used to live, pretty much that you could trust your institutions, your governors, your mayors, that's all fallen apart. You can't trust who's in charge of your city because they may believe in cutting the police force. They may believe that nobody is guilty because we all are victims and there's no real criminals. There's just victims. So anyway, I'm thinking of trust. It's fallen apart in American society, and it's sad. And it's grievous. But here's the truth. Should we ever have trusted in men? Should we ever have trusted in a government? No. Who do we trust? The only one we can trust is the Lord our God, and that's always been true. And I thought of the verse. It's from Psalm 27. And it says, some trust in horses and some trust in chariots, but we will trust in the name of the Lord our God. We will trust God. We will trust Jesus. So, if God tells you to fly and you have fear, well, you're not to trust in the pilot anyway. We're to trust in God. He's in control of our lives. If you feel God's telling you to go protest at an abortion clinic, you don't have to fear. You trust in the name of the Lord our God. But the key is you don't do what you want. You follow God. You're not the boss. God is your boss. You need to follow him, follow his leading, and there's promises from Genesis to the book of Revelation of his care for us, that he's over us, that he will watch over us, he will feed us, he will clothe us, he will care for us. And if he calls us home, then we're home with him. So as our nation is crumbling before our very eyes, don't forget to put your trust in Jesus.